We may have a breakthrough in treatment of depression. You're right, I'm talking about psychedelics. They are currently being researched not only for depression but also for anxiety, PTSD, anorexia nervosa, addiction, and multiple other conditions. In this video, I'm going to share different types of psychedelics and how they are being researched in psychiatry. I will also share the research articles related to psychedelics and depression and PTSD and how promising they look. In the end, I'd like to share some of the adverse effects of the psychedelics, especially if someone tries them without being in a clinical observed setting. Psychedelics are not new in field of medicine. They have been used in traditional medicine and also in religious ceremonial settings for thousands of years. However, in the end of 1960s, they are made illegal and all the research was abruptly ceased. So what are psychedelics? They are psychoactive compounds that can cause changes in mood, perception, and also cognitive processes. I also want to add, contrary to popular belief, psychedelics don't cause addiction and they don't cause withdrawal symptoms. However, they can cause tolerance, and as I mentioned before, they are not free of adverse reactions, especially if someone tries it on their own. Psilocybin. It's a natural occurring psychedelic and it's also a key ingredient in magic mushrooms. FDA has given it a breakthrough status to expedite clinical trials. Currently, it's been researched in its effectiveness for depression. Next is DMT. It's a natural and synthetic psychedelic. Synthetic meaning it's made by human. It's a key ingredient in ayahuasca, which is used for ages in South and Central America to induce spiritual experiences that are known to promote healing. It's also called spirit molecule. Research about this compound is not as advanced as psilocybin. LSD. It's entirely a synthetic psychedelic and it is first produced in 1938 by a Swiss chemist Albert Hofmann. MDMA, which is a key ingredient in ecstasy. Despite its reputation as a party drug, FDA has given it a breakthrough status to expedite its clinical trials. And currently it is being researched for PTSD. It is also a synthetic psychedelic. Ketamine. It is a synthetic psychedelic and it is used as an anesthetic, but at low dosages, it has psychedelic properties. It's the first psychedelic to be approved for treatment-resistant depression, and FDA granted approval to the psychedelic in 2019, and it's available as a nasal spray called Spravato. According to Johns Hopkins Medicine, in a small study of adults with major depression, researchers report that 2 doses of psychedelic substance, psilocybin, given with supportive psychotherapy, produce rapid and large reductions in depressive symptoms, with most participants showing improvement and half of study participants achieving remission through the 4-week follow-up period. Then they did a follow-up study of the same participants after a year, and they found that substantial antidepressant effects of psilocybin-assisted therapy given with supportive psychotherapy may last at least a year for some patients. They further reported that depression severity remained low 1, 3, 6, and 12 months after treatment. The researchers also emphasized that further research is needed to explore that efficacy of psilocybin treatment may be substantially longer than 12 months. Earlier this year, MAPS released the results of MDMA clinical trial for PTSD. In this trial, MDMA was paired with rounds of psychotherapy. After 3 sessions of this therapy, 32% of users given a placebo no longer qualified for PTSD diagnosis. However, For the MDMA group, this percentage rocketed to 67%. According to Journal of Palliative Medicine, psychedelics were found to be safe when they were given in a clinical setting under close observations. However, they can have adverse effects when someone take these compounds on their own without being observed and monitored and without being screened. Negative reactions are possible and they include fear, a prolonged sense of dread, full-blown panic. Driving or even walking in public can be dangerous during a psychedelic experience because of impaired hand-eye coordination and fine motor control. In some cases, individuals taking psychedelics have performed dangerous and fatal acts because they believe they possess superhuman powers. And these compounds also entail risk of eliciting flashbacks of the drug experience even after the effects have worn off. However, it's rare. We have come a long way understanding depression and understanding psychedelics in depression and other mental disorders. Before, we believed that depression is caused by an imbalance of chemicals, and now it is believed that depression is caused by poor communication between different parts of brain. All the research until now that is done on psychedelics is very promising. However, we need more advanced studies with bigger sample groups to confirm these findings. I hope this information that I provided was helpful. If you like this video, I'll recommend you watch my video on how to improve mental focus and productivity. Thanks again for watching me, and I will see you next time.